Not just lived on Church Road.
Okay,
So every Sunday
oh
afternoon.
yeah, north of us, Smith Farm.
So every Sunday afternoon, we go over and, we play hockey. Behind Jones's barn there.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, good thing.
you know, small world.
Yeah, the Smith Farm, because, get called into this farm that,
Yeah, yeah, they
but
do.
it still sits there. It's not occupied.
I know, it's too bad now.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. We're gonna call the September 2nd Board of Commission meeting to order. Today, we're gonna start out with prayer by Commissioner Eberling, followed by the pledge by Commissioner Sarcella.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful fall day. We thank you, Lord, for your goodness to us as a community. And Lord, as we go through our meetings today, we just pray that you would guide and direct each one of us commissioners to make the right decisions. And again, we thank you for your blessings. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Lori, roll call, please.
District 7, Commissioner John Moody.
Here.
District 6, Commissioner Evan Ziehart.
Here.
District 5, Commissioner Christine Lee. Present. District 4, Commissioner Bill Sarcella.
Here.
District 3, Commissioner Gary Heberling.
Here.
District 2, Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Present.
District 1, Chairman John Black.
Present. Thank you, Lori. If there are no corrections or deletions to our agenda today, I'll entertain a motion to adopt our agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion.
I'll support it.
I have a motion and support to adopt the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Agenda is adopted. If there are no corrections or deletions from our meeting minutes from August 19th, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Heberling to approve our meeting minutes from August 19th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We received your correspondence from Jody through email the other day. We'll move into commissioner reports and we'll start with Commissioner Moody.
Just had Worth Township on the 20th. They approved the Salem County Commission district agreements. They have a new internet package that's serving their building a little bit better. They're now going to be open Monday through Friday, which they were only, I believe, Monday through Thursday, but they'll be open Monday through Friday, and they're going from every other month meetings to monthly meetings. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, John. Evans?
Nothing to report.
Okay, I myself have nothing to report. Christine?
I was at Pet Council meeting and they had a couple of resolutions. One was the Neighborhood Improvement Authority. And they had somebody resign from the Planning Commission. The police borrowed a speed sign to put by the school. The new park equipment is here. It's going to be installed sometime in September with the dedication to follow. Sidewalk project is still a goal, waiting on grant. They're going to put a resolution on the ballot to sell. Is it land?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's about it. Oh, they got a new intern that's gonna start that past week. And then I had Elk Township meeting. Library is waiting on paperwork from Sandusky to do admin work. They hired 3 people to be a librarian because their last one resigned. 1 took over during the summer, and 2 are gonna be working during the winter hours. The MMR class tour will be taking it for the fire department. They can have their taco bar October 4th. They talked about some regional recycling tax rate, 1.476 for roads. We didn't see. They haven't heard anything on the spraying or gravel projects. They talked about blight. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Christine. Bill?
Lake Shore was hopping this weekend. I have nothing to report.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. I agree with you. Lake Shore was on.
It was busy.
Gary?
Moortown, Township meeting tomorrow night, tonight, Watertown Township, and I'll talk about M and P and when we get to our committee reports.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
I
Roger?
was not fast. You're-
The lake shore wasn't hopping too bad on Sunday. We did a 260-mile ride around it and
Nice.
like that saw two eagles and only had one vehicle pull up in front of me.
Only one.
Only one.
That's
In 260 miles. That's something.
Where, you did more than just the thumb loop if you went 260.
Well, we went up to Seawing and all the way around 25 to Lakeport and then over through Yale to North Branch, ate at the bar and grill and continued on up to 46 and across to, or up 24 to 46 and back to Marlette. So
That's some good weather for
beautiful. I asked my wife if she was ready for another 200.
it. She was ready for a quiet evening at home instead.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Thank you. So first thing I wanted to remind everybody, the household hazardous waste event will be next Tuesday, a week from today, from 2 to 6 p.m. We actually have our landfill and recycling meeting today. We're going to discuss, get a plan for everything to try to make drop off as easy as possible for folks when they come in. So hopefully the line doesn't get too backed up, but it's amazing, the turnout that you get for the event. So we'll try to keep people moving through as quick as possible. Animal control update, there'll be some more spent work done out on the west side. So like off the drive when you come in this week, sidewalks poured in the front of the building. They were working on some of the water from the downspouts, tying those in so that water will move away from the building today. And then next week, there's supposed to be the interior flooring polishing will be getting done next week. So a couple more things outside and then they'll transition to some of the inside work and we'll go from there. So last thing, I know I emailed you guys. I just wanted to make sure you're aware. There was obviously some emails coming around from MAC in regards to the House proposed budget, a potential cut or a almost $35 million cut to county revenue sharing. Did get Representative Alexander on the phone. We talked about it a little bit. He seemed really baffled by that whole email. Had me send him the email. He said that there was not a cut to county revenue sharing in the House proposed budget. I sent him the email and he was going to follow up. I told him I've never really seen MAC send out anything that's, it was urgent, like reach out to your representative and, I don't know where the disconnect is or where maybe the misinformation is, but it's still digging into it. That'd be a large cut to county revenue sharing and MAC has been working hard to try to maintain county revenue sharing for so long. So I think that's where they were urging people to reach out. So somewhere there's a disconnect. I don't know what's back.
That's odd. I've seen you guys email back and forth. Here's Roger.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen in Lansing, I wonder if something was leaked out that they were gonna do something or.
And the only good thing is at this point, it's only the House proposed budget. There's a couple more steps that'll have to go through, but it's just something that would be problematic, I guess, for counties, us included. Working on budget stuff right now, but that would have quite a impact. So can't get too far into things until we know what's going to happen. So.
They haven't approved a budget yet.
They haven't, and I've talked to a couple people, including Representative Alexander, and everybody says we think something will get finalized, but nobody's like definitely. And usually it's like, this is a game. Something will get done. But everybody's like, there's a chance it might not. And they said if that happens, counties would get their money. Like there's some things that are reimbursed through the state. You still get your money, but it might be delayed until they finally approve a budget. And that could be November, December instead of October. So that's something we have to keep in mind too.
Okay. If you get any feedback on that issue, if you could keep us informed too. Because I agree with you. MAC doesn't normally send stuff out like that unless it's a real issue. So
I hope a lot of these things are just scare tactics and they're gonna, put their differences aside in Lansing and buckle down and get something done. But
Yeah, I talked to Greg Monday morning in Marlette and And really, the only thing he mentioned about it was there's no indication that there is gonna be a revenue cut to counties. So I was surprised to see that email.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Nathan? That hazardous, waste project that you guys do and getting all that stuff out of the community, I think I say it every year, that's a really, that's pretty impactful on our area, so. Do you guys, do you provide Bill like a pair of coveralls when he's slinging all those tires out there? Or?
Yeah, I have to come dressed like this.
I was gonna say, how he goes in his Sunday's best.
Yeah. I thought if I look better, I have to do less, but no.
No, they.
Oh, yeah, they put me in the worst spot possible. You're over there with the chemicals and all that stuff.
You definitely want to make sure you have a pair of gloves when you go out there, that's for sure, so.
We are taking volunteers too, just in case anybody has.
I'll check my schedule. Yeah.
Sure you will.
I'd like to know.
what day is that?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I'm busy.
Yeah.
We will expect.
You never know.
Though on how it all went.
Of course.
Very good. Well, thank you for your administrative report, Nathan. All right, public comments pertaining to the agenda. Does anybody have any public comments they'd like to discuss pertaining to the agenda today? Judy?
Yes, I did hear on the radio, it was a 12% cut to the industry.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that is a mistake. Because we, make those kind of cuts.
Well, we'll keep a close eye on it, and if it is, we'll certainly be advocating the opposite direction. Any further public comments pertaining to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on. We have no appointments to standing committees, no county commission appointments to boards or county chair appointments, so that's going to take us directly into general resolutions. And starting out today, we have a resolution authorizing entry of participation agreements and partial settlement of the national prescription opioid litigation and entry of state, local government interstate agreement concerning allocation of settlement proceeds.
Whereas the St. Lake County Board of Commissioners filed a lawsuit to address the public nuisance that is the opiate epidemic, which named, among others, Purdue Pharma LP and several members of the Sackler family. And whereas Purdue has presented a proposed bankruptcy plan and the Sackler family defendants have entered into a government entity and shareholder direct settlement agreement with the state attorneys general and the plaintiff executive committee designated negotiating committee that represents approximately 4,000 local governments that have brought lawsuits similar to St. Lake County Board of Commissioners lawsuit. And whereas the Purdue/Sackler settlement will provide significant equity and monetary relief, including an agreement that the Sackler family defendants will pay $6.5 billion over the next 15 years in exchange for release of claims against them. The Purdue estate will contribute an amount of approximately $900 million. The bulk of these payments will be dedicated to the funding, abatement, and prevention strategies associated with the opiates public nuisance. And whereas the St. Lake County Board of Commissioners previously executed participation agreements for the distributor of JNC settlements, as well as the Teva, Allergen, CVS, Walmart, Walgreens settlements, which have conferred and continued to confer valuable benefits. And whereas the St. Lake County Commissioners desire to enter into allocation method, which allocates settlements funds on a 50-50 basis to one, participating local governments who have elected to participate in the Purdue/Sackler settlement, and two, the state of Michigan. Three, now, therefore, St. Lake County Board of Commissioners authorize the execution of the participation agreement for the Purdue/Sackler settlement, which is available at the nationalopiatesettlement.com. A specimen copy of the materials terms of participation agreement is attached to as Exhibit A to this resolution. St. Lake Board of Commissioners also authorized the execution of a new Michigan State subdivision agreement for allocation of opioid settlement agreements substantially similar to proposed agreement attached as Exhibit B to this resolution. St. Lake County Board of Commissioners also authorized the Waits and Luxembourg law firm to vote on St. Lake County behalf in favor of the bankruptcy plan for Purdue.
I have a resolution offered by Commissioner Ehart. Do I have support?
Support.
I have support from Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Lori, a roll call, please.
District 1, Commissioner John Black.
Yes.
District 2, Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Yes.
District 3, Commissioner Gary Heberlein.
Yes.
District 4, Commissioner Bill Sarcella.
Yes.
District 5, Commissioner Christine Lee.
Yes.
District 6, Commissioner Evans Ehart.
Yes.
District 7, Commissioner John Moody.
Yes.
Okay, resolution is adopted. Thank you, Lori. Up next on our agenda is another resolution authorizing entry of participation agreements and partial settlement of the national prescription opiate litigation and entry of state, local government interstate agreement concerning allocation of settlement proceeds.
Resolution entry of participant agreement and partial settlement of the national prescription opiate litigation and entry of the state, local government and trust-state agreement concerning allocation of settlement procedures. Whereas the Salem County Board of Commissioners filed a lawsuit to address the public nuisance that is the opiate epidemic, and whereas the following entities, Alvagan Inc., Amneal Pharmaceutical Inc., Apex Inc., Hamka Place Pharmaceuticals USA Inc., Endivor Inc., Mylan Pharmaceutical Inc., Sand Pharmaceutical Industrial Inc. and Zertis Pharmaceutical Inc. Some defendants have negotiated proposed national settlement agreement with the state attorney general and a plaintiff executive committee design negotiation committee that represent approximately 4,000 local governments that have brought lawsuit similar to Salem County Board of Commissioners lawsuit. And whereas the proposed settlement contains significant equitable and monetary relief, including an agreement to pay $18,680,162 in a single year by Alvacan and Corp. $71,751,010 over 10 years by Amneal Pharmaceutical in Corp. $63,682,369 a single year by Apex Corp. $98,818,293 over 1 to 4 years by Hamka Pharmaceutical USA. $38,022,450 over 4 years by Endivor Inc. $284,447,916 over 9 years by Mylan Pharmaceutical Inc.
You're halfway, keep
I
going.
know. $992,087 over 1 to 4 years by Sam Pharmaceutical Industrial Inc. $14,859,220 in a single year by Zedus Pharmaceutical Inc. The bulk of each of these payments will be dedicated to funding abatement and prevention strategies associated with the opiate public nuisance. 2, in addition to these abatements payments, several of the settlements allow state to receive pharmaceutical products or cash in lieu of this product. 3, additional 7 of the companies did not include Endivor or are prohibited from promoting or marketing opiate and opiate products, making or selling any product that contains more than 50 milligrams of oxycodone per pill, are required to put in place a monetary reporting system for suspicious orders. Endivor has agreed to not manufacture or sell opiate products for the next 10 years, but will be able to continue marketing and selling medication to treat opiate use disorders. And where Salem County Board of Commissioners privily excuse participation agreement for the distribution of Benson settlement, as well as the Tavia, Allegan, CVS, Walmart, Walgreens settlement, which have conferred and continue to confer valuable benefits. And where Salem County Board of Commissioners desire to enter into allotment method, which will allocate settlement funds from the settling defendants on a 50-50 basis to 4 local governments who have elected to participate in the settlement with the settlement defendants, and 5, the state of Michigan. Now, therefore, Salem County Board of Commissioners authorized the extension of participation agreement for the master settlement agreement with 1, Avalon Inc., 2, Amneal Pharmaceutical Inc., 3, Apex Inc., 4, Hamka Pharmaceutical USA Inc., 5, Endivor Inc., 6, Mylan Pharmaceutical Inc., Seventh Sun Pharmaceutical Industry Inc., Zandis Pharmaceutical Inc., each of which are listed and available to the public at https://nationalopiatesettlement.com, additional settlement. Specimen copies of the material items of the participation agreement are attached in one of the combined PDF as Exhibit A to this real resolution. Santa County Board of Commissioners also authorized the execution of a new Michigan State subsidiary agreement for allocation of opiate settlement agreements, substantially similar to the proposed agreement attached as an Exhibit B in this resolution. You got the easy one.
They were both quite a mouthful, but they had
Support.
I have a motion or a resolution offered by Commissioner Lee, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Lori, a roll call, please.
District 1, Commissioner Don Black.
Yes.
District 2, Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Yes.
District 3, Commissioner Gary Heberlein.
Yes.
District 4, Commissioner Bill Sarkella.
Yes.
District 5, Commissioner Christine Lee.
Yes.
District 6, Commissioner Evan Zehart.
Yes.
District 7, Commissioner John Moody.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Lori. Thank you to both of you for reading those lengthy.
Yeah.
That's going to conclude resolutions today. So we're going to move into committee reports and we'll start with Commissioner Ballard.
I had a community mental health board meeting last week on Tuesday. They continue to work closely with our county schools and agencies and communities and promote services that they offer and help to reduce the stigma associated with mental health. The new medical director, Dr. Cucci, she should be starting soon. She's been working as a part-time psychiatrist at the agency for the last several months and was a previous medical director at Lapeer CMH. And we'll also be having our new psychiatrist, Dr. Jungling. I believe she starts around the 13th of this month. So they're just about fully staffed at that agency, which is a great thing. Journey to Independence skill program. They're building on their program. They had approximately 42 adults visit an Amish farm where they got to watch wheat being harvested. And they've gone to outings at the beach, the harbor, local parks, and ice cream shops. What these outings do is teach them skills on socializing, money skills, conversational skills, and other life skills. There are approximately 76 individuals that are being served weekly by that program. The vocational training programs are serving 37 individuals. Their assignments include the car wash, which is back up and running. I asked at our last meeting if they were going to try to get back into the detailing business like they had before, and ultimately they would like to get that goal. They currently do all the staff vehicles, not personal, but the agency vehicles. And I believe they're doing City of Sandusky vehicles as it's in part of their building. They also work making parts in conjunction with pneumatics. And the Elk Creek products, they do candles and et cetera. And also vocational training in the classroom. Their community living services program is serving approximately 80 adults and 35 children at this time. The kids are aged 7 to 17. And the youth program just recently wrapped up a 12-week summer camp. And this year they broke them down into smaller, similar age groups, which seemed to work real well for them. They participated in community outings, crafts, a spa day, movies, and socialized in fun settings. They serve approximately 140 individuals weekly. And the Brewing for Independence program, which some of you here in the building are familiar with, they run 4 to 5 days a week. 2 to 3 days are here at the courthouse, 1 to 2 at Mackenzie Hospital, and 1 to 2 at the Santa County Health Department. They also do days in-house, and they also do one-time events or bookings for factories and doctors' offices, whoever would like to use that service. If you've never had anything from them, it's very good. Supported employment, they help individuals obtain competitive integrated employment in the community and provides the support necessary to promote success in the workplace. The staff dedicated to this program assists individuals with creating resumes, filling out job apps, practicing interview skills, and assisting in the interview process and other job seeking tasks. After a job is obtained, the staff can also go on site and assist with job training at no cost to the employer. This past month, 2 individuals have gained employment in the community, which is good. There are 14 active on the caseload, and overall there are 170 being served. So that's my report.
Thank you, Roger. Gary, your report, please.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, and I mentioned in last month's meeting, we had our MMPC meeting in Carroll. And Nathan, I give you some information when I come back from that meeting 2 weeks ago, and today I copied you on some of the information from our last meeting. And I know when I brought this up a month or two ago, a number of our townships have no clue about this recycled composite and food coming down the tube here in 2030, which they want to implement at least 40% implementation. So that's kind of been our topic every day or every month we meet. And in our July meeting, it got brought up that I guess it was July when I told you guys about, because I went back in September and I said, or August, I said, our townships have no clue. And I said, they feel like they're getting fed through an 8-inch pipe and they have no information. So most of the meeting was talked about that. So what we decided is we need to have county meetings, and here in county, they are going to be the first county to have a meeting, which MFPC and Eagle is going to be there to try to explain what this recycling is about, what effect it has on each township and each county. One of the questions that I ask the Eagle gentleman, sometimes they don't have a lot of and maybe don't want to tell, but I said, so you're implementing this and you're rolling this out. I said, so where is the funding coming from? Well, it's not coming from the state. And I said, well, how can that be if you're going to implement something? I didn't get much of an answer, but we're continuing to work on it. Hopefully we get some state funding to do that, at least short term as we implement it. So then from there, we want to go to each county with informational packet. And one thing that I brought up, and you've all been in meetings, they talked about doing this, and this. And I said, you got to have at least 5 talking points and no more, because these people we're going to in the townships and the counties, this is all new to them. And we can't have a whole page of stuff, what's doing. So we agreed to that. And I think that was in the email I sent to you, what we're going to do. So our next meeting is September 22nd. And I just want to tell everyone in this room, and you can tell your townships, we would gladly like to have, and I think it's at 1:30, Bill, I see you writing that down, the 22nd, 1:30. I know, Nathan, you said you'd like to attend the meeting. I think it's imperative that the township people, or at least supervisors, kind of come to these meetings, get involved with it, at least to listen to visitors, because it sounds like it is going to happen. I know we've got some years to do. We got up until 2030. And I think at that point, as I said, they're going to implement at least 40% of it, but it is coming. And I think if we get involved and we understand it and we come up with ideas and get back with Eagle and say, we can do this and can't do that. So I think it's imperative that we do that. And again, our next meeting is September 22nd in Carroll at 1:30. And Nathan, I don't know if you've got to talk to any of the commissioners or anybody in the county. I told them we would like to have a meeting maybe November or December here in Satellite County too.
Gary, that's Monday, the 22nd then? I was thinking those were Wednesdays, but they're Mondays now.
It is a Wednesday. So I must have wrote down the wrong day. It must be 24, sorry.
Okay, thank you. I was just putting it in my calendar.
Yeah. And if the rest of you commissioners want the email from the meeting minutes we had 2 weeks ago, I can send that to all of you so you're kind of get caught up on it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But the plan is to have additional meetings in each county, not just.
Yeah,
Carroll.
as I said,
Yeah,
Huron County volunteered for October. And I didn't want to volunteer our county until I talked to you guys and talked to Nathan, so. End of my report, Sean, thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Bill?
Sound like transportation, Richard Hall is officially retired. And he turned in his keys a couple weeks ago, so he got the two Tesco low buses up and running before he left. That was his goal, along with having the murals or whatever put on the sides of those. It's gonna be all county decorated. So it'll be, I think the courthouse and a few other things from around the county will be on the sides of the buses. And those two buses cost $460,000, so the prices have significantly increased. Been talking about state funding. Apparently, the state's telling us that our funding is gonna go from 30% down to 28%. It's a 2% decrease, but they were talking about a much higher one. Originally, when all that started, it used to be as high as 60%. So there's a lot of dollars that have gone the other way out of the funding to run those programs. We're working on a propane grant that'll start with half the fleet, and that'll definitely reduce the fuel cost. There won't be anything out of the county's pocket to pay for that. And then because we have all the new buses on the road now, going from diesel to gas has saved a lot of money as far as fuel costs are concerned too, up to, thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. And then Roger mentioned all the programs through CMH. Please remember that the transportation for all those programs comes from Sand Lake Transportation. So they're providing the services to keep all of those folks out doing their thing. So that's some really good stuff that they provide there. And that's the only committee report I have.
Great. Thank you, Bill.
I worked at the youth empowerment camp on August 21st at Camp Caravel. And we had about how many people there, Brian?
Kid wise, 85.
85, okay. I know they had a lot more sign up, but because of that house fire, a lot of parents called and their kids were upset, so they didn't come to camp. So they had like 30 of them backed out. I would have to give a big shout out to Port Sanilac Fire Department. They were one of the groups that was doing some presentation. They had a fire truck and the fireman was talking about make sure you had an escape route out of your house and whatever. And I had all boys in my group, which was a new experience for me. And the one boy just broke down and found out he knew those girls. And I give a shout out to the one fireman that he took him under his wing, took him out away from the rest of the kids, talked to him for a while. Then when he came back in the group, which you don't see boys, they were putting their arms around him and, making sure that he was okay. So it was a very moving day. And they had reptiles and snakes and all that stuff too. And they had the state police brought in the vehicles the bikes that you pedal with the goggles and scavenger hunt. And they had great food. And any other commissioners would like to volunteer next year, they're always looking for.
Did you handle any of the reptiles?
I did not touch a single one.
That was a short answer.
Been there, done that, don't need to do it again. That's it.
Okay, thank you. After our last BOC meeting, Gary and I had a county planning commission meeting where we saw more ordinances from townships within our county. Same thing as always, more townships working towards wind, solar, battery storage, ordinances that in some way align with Public Act 233. And then also you will all see the Personnel Committee has 2 contracts on the finance agenda today. We met email wise on those to move those forward so that those could get taken care of. That's all I have. Evans?
I had HDC, nothing new, anything coming out of there. And then also had Med Control, we just voted on some bills. But Med Control recently, for those training mannequins I told you guys about a few months ago, I finally got to look at those for the first time, and they are top of the art training. They're freakishly real looking, and hopefully maybe soon I'll be having them bring in one to show the board here soon, but
You could probably use one for a golf partner.
price one's better than you.
was gonna say, put it in your car for the.
But yeah, I have pictures I'll show you guys after the meeting, but when they bring them here, like I said, it's like looking at a real person
Mhm.
and it's, and the way they move and it's, like I said, it's beyond. I think the closest you can get to that type of training from here is probably a few hours away. So the fact that we have that here, it's fantastic.
Well, some of them, like you said, they're so real looking that I was at the hospital, I was walking by the room, there's somebody laying in bed, and then they had the little thing for the baby. And they had paper on top of it, like a notebook, and I'm thinking, what? And I took a couple steps back, and then I realized what it was, that it wasn't a real baby that, but it just threw me for a quick second. But yeah, they're very realistic.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
Good, thank you, Evans. We'll look forward to seeing those. If you can orchestrate one of them coming in, it'd be interesting to see. John?
I had the medical care facility board meeting on the 25th. They just talked about their annual survey and they talked about the director's Nicole's evaluation. That's it.
Okay.
Which was very good. She's doing a great job there.
Thank you for your report, John. Appreciate everyone's report. That's going to conclude committee reports. I see no need for unfinished business, so that'll move us directly into new business. Starting out today, we're going to have FA 115-25, approval of amended year 2025 contracts for the Save Partnership Village.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves amending the Sanilac County Child Abuse Prevention Council Professional Services Agreement by increasing the funding not to exceed $16,000 for the purpose of expanding the reach and impact of the MBF Child Safety Matters Prevention Program within Sanilac County Schools, and to further recommend approving amending the Sanilac Area Violence Elimination Council Professional Services Agreement by increasing the funding not to exceed $20,825 for the purpose of prevention educational programming for the 25-26 year, and to authorize the board chairman to sign the necessary agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 125-25, approval of current claims.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims identified on the accounts payable report dated August 26, 2025 for the general bank accounts in the amount of $191,319.53.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella. Roger, was that you?
Down here, I don't know who.
Yes.
Roger was on me, yeah. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 126-25, budget adoptions, amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments as listed.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 127-25, authorization to post and fill information technology director position.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes administration post and fill the IT director position at a pay grade 12, and to further authorize partnering with another entity to fulfill the role or to consider hiring an individual as a contractual employee if a suitable candidate cannot be found through the regular hiring process.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 128-25, authorization to post and fill part-time dispatcher position, central dispatch.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes 9/11 director to post to fill a part-time position to begin the 3-month training process at a pay grade 7.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 129-25, authorization to post and fill court clerk 3 position for the county clerk.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the county clerk to post and fill the court clerk 3 position at a pay grade 6, and further authorize 50 hours at Don Fleming's current rate of pay, $21.38 for the purpose of training the new position as needed.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 130-25, authorization of emergency generator repair, Sheriff's Office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes emergency parts and repair to the backup generator at the jail at a cost not to exceed $7,659.76 with funding from land and building repair.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support from Commissioner Lee to approve the emergency repair for the generator. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 131-25, authorization of vehicle repair, Sheriff's Office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes payment to Potter's Truck and Auto at a cost of $7,444.53 for an immediate approval with funding from Marshall Vehicle Repair.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion?
Nathan, any update on that?
The repair has been done, so yeah, this will approve payments, so, yep.
Any further discussion related to FA 131-25? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 132-25, award and authorization of landscaping at 171 Dawson Street.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby awards and authorizes the bid for landscaping at 171 Dawson Street, Sandusky at a cost not to exceed $23,008.59 with funding from the ARPA fund.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella. Is there support?
Support.
Support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We're gonna beautify your parking lot and yard, Brian.
Okay, thank you so much.
Moving on to FA 133-25, award and authorization of bid to purchase a vehicle for the Treasurer's Office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby awards and authorizes the county treasurer to purchase a 2025 Ford F-150 from Doves Brothers at a cost not to exceed $43,000, funding from the tax foreclosure fund for immediate approval.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Beck, to approve the purchase of that vehicle. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, that's going to conclude new business today. At this time, I'll call for general public comments. Are there any general public comments today?
I just want to give a shout out to the Sheriff's Department and the posse in particular. As we know, Bob Wood, a longtime member of the community that served on just about every board I've ever been on, passed away in the last couple of weeks. But before he did, the Sheriff's posse made arrangements to have a horse out to his property, and then he got to ride around the farm one last while he was in hospice care. So appreciate the Sheriff's posse making an effort on that. Do you want to
It
add to
happened
that?
to be on his birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
and his birthday.
Yeah.
Both things.
I did attend a funeral. I've been friends with his son Scott since school. So known him a long time. He'll be missed by the community.
Very good. Anything further? Okay. Hearing none, we're going to move on. No need for closed session or approval of closed session minutes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our BOC meeting at 1:43.
I'll make the motion.
Support. Motion and from Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Sarcella. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.